Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendations. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this residential application, and so essentially we have a sliding door over here. We have a door that swings into the residence over here on the left, and then one that swings into the residence on the right. We also have some fans going to be located on the ceiling. What I've done here is I've taken a measurement from this wall here to this wall over here, split it in three, and then place those fans centrally between those three dimensions. Also, I've taken the fans and placed them center in the front of the fireplace here, and we have this reclining space here in front of the fireplace, and I have a little dining space here, and there's also a countertop cooking area over here. Not sure if you can really see it, but there are drop-down shades that do mechanically lower on all three, or I should say this side here, as well as on the right over here. I'm going to go ahead and take those screens off right now just so it's easier to maneuver through the model. And then also let's look at the overall dimensions. Overall dimensions I have here at 33 feet 3 3/4 of an inch from the inside here to the outer edge of this post. I believe there's going to be maybe something else on top of the post, or the support post here. So that might be a little bit further over here. Here I have at 2311 to the center, from this edge here to the center of this post, and then the 8'4 3/4 from the center to center here, 9'6" to this wall to the outer edge over here, and then from this wall here to the outer edge over here I have at 15'4 inches. Overall ceiling height I have at 10 foot off the finished floor, and I think that's about it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at what I've come up with. So these are FlushMount 6,000 watt Infratech units. What I've done is basically try to locate the heater here in the center of the two fans, and let's go ahead and see if I have the distances that I've made here between them. So you can see that basically what I have is the center of the heaters here, and then I have the next one at 8'6", and then here 8'6", and then here you can see it's at 5'9 3/16. So it might be off slightly to the left or right. That's okay, but in any case, I'm trying to heat up just the cooking space over here. And should also mention that the heaters themselves are centered within the fireplace distance. The fireplace is a little bit off center as far as the structure is concerned over here versus over here, and that's why I've centered them so that it just looks better, more proper in the application, centered in front of the fireplace. Over here I've centered this particular heater between the span of this point here to this point here. Actually, I believe it's from here to here, I should say. That's centered on the heater itself here. This one here would be a 4,000 watt unit, possibly a 5,000 watt unit if you like. But for standing room, you don't need as hot of a unit as you would for steam positions down like this over here and over here. So another thing we want to look at is just the clearances. So clearances below the heater. So you want to make sure that at this 8'6", you have 18 inches from the edge of the heater itself to the outer edge over here. And you want to make sure that you're meeting the clearance to any combustibles over here. So if this fan blade is combustible and the diameter is such that it's going to be inside of here, that's not going to work out. So you want to make sure you place non-combustible fan blades, steel fan blades, and you also want to make sure that the ray itself does not penetrate that fan blade itself as well. In any case, that's the dimensions I have apart from each other. And then this one over here, I just want you to see that for standing room over here, a 4,000 watt unit would be just fine, or you could even go with a lower output unit. Also, I just want to mention, I'm going to go ahead and turn off these dimensions and the clearances here for a moment, but I want to turn back on the screen over here. And so you can see that now it's kind of like what you would consider an enclosed room. An enclosed room does not require as much heat as an exposed room. So if you were to do an installation like this, then you definitely want to use a control system for an application like this, because you want to be able to dim these heaters down during the times that it is warmer outside, and or you lower these shades so that the air movement isn't as great and you don't need as much intensity on the output of the heater itself. So just something to consider, making sure that that is something you would do if you were to choose the 6,000 watt unit up here. You could go with a 4,000 watt unit, but on the colder evenings with the screens moved up, then you may not have enough heat. So I would consider the 6,000 for a 10-foot ceiling height to be the best option. And again, control system would be preferred. Also, I just want to go ahead and let's see if I can do this real quick. I want to go in and see if I can do that. There we go. So what I wanted to show is I have the ceiling joists at 16-inch centers. These are 2x8s. You need at least a minimum of 8-inch height on the ceiling clearance area for the heater to actually fit inside of here. And also you can see that on 16-inch centers, I had a starting point from actually this outer edge over here to this edge here at 16. I moved this one over a little bit, but all these others are 16-inch center to center. That might be an issue with regards to the placement of the heater itself. You can see that this 2x8 is actually going through the actual model itself, and because of that, you're going to have to push this heater over to the right slightly. That's going to change some of the clearance issues with regards to the fan. That's why I'm saying the fan blade really should be non-combustible if you're going to plan on put the fans where I'm placing them myself. Also, you can see this one might have to be pushed to the left a little bit. It might be that there's a double ceiling joist somewhere around here as well, and you might have to push it to the right. Who knows? I don't have that information, but also here, this one's going right through the unit, and that, again, you would have to push it to the left or right. Probably if I was in this position here, I would probably, if everything's going to go to the right slightly, then I would push this one to the right as well. But in any case, your overlapping rays are going to be fine. You can see here we have these overlapping rays. Let me go back to this, get out of the mode that I had it in here, but you can see that the ray overlapping here is just perfect at that dimension. I think it was 8'6". Let's go back into that distance here. Yeah, so that 8'6", you got about a 1.5 feet of overlapping rays, so you have the ability to move the heaters left and right. This one here, again, I would probably I'd prefer to get that centered within this span here, as well as over here. And if in fact, again, there's a issue with regards to the let's see if I can get that again. Sorry about this. There we go. If there's an issue with regards to the placement, like this, in this case, it worked out pretty good. But if you have to move it to the left or right just a few inches, that's not going to be an issue to get this coverage area here. You also may not even choose to have this heater here at all. So, all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise. We're not monetized. YouTube does not support our channel in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers. We appreciate that so much. One other thing here, I'm sorry, I also want to mention that I do have this as a stucco ceiling with regards to the placement of the actual heater itself, the bracket, the FlushMount kit itself. You know, there's two different ways you can mount it. You can mount it on the surface of the, the stucco, let's say, where it's actually, let's see if I can bring it down here just slightly. So if it's on the surface, you will see the entire frame like this, or if you actually attach it to the ceiling joist, the 2x8s up there, and then cover the edges up of the stucco, or excuse me, the flush mount frame, you need to make sure that you have 1/2 inch of clearance from here to here, and same thing goes all the way around the entire unit. Again, that's that ceiling joist here, this yellow wooden piece here. But in any case, if you're going to go with stucco, you can bring the stucco down a little bit further and cover that edge up. And so it's just a better final look on the heaters themselves, in my opinion. And you can see this one versus this one. Now, if this is a combustible material ceiling, then what you'd have to do is, if you're going to place it behind that combustible material, you'd have to make sure that the heater itself, so here's the heater, you'd have to make sure the heater itself is at the same elevation as any combustible ceiling surface here. So you can see here I got this drop down slightly in the what I had before here. So you can see that with the stucco it's up a little bit higher, and with a combustible ceiling it's like that, drop down at the same elevation as the ceiling. So all right, sorry about that, but I just want to make sure I got that in there. And thank you very much for watching. You have a great day.